Hi guys, it's Allie and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a very soft and romantic type of look that I thought would be nice for Valentine's Day since it is coming up, or really just for any time. The palette that I'm going to be using today is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I am going to start off with my eyes today. So first off, I do want to prime my eyes. And I have been using the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot. I've been wanting to try the Painterly. I know it's like a different undertone. I know a lot of people use that, but I have soft ochre and I'm just going to be putting that all over my lids. When I thought about it, 9 out of 10 times when I want a little bit of like a very kind of almost flirty and romantic type of look, I do tend to go to this palette. It could also be because sometimes I do like to call this the Modern Romance palette because isn't that wrong or something? But I always end up calling this a Modern Romance. I always like to start off with burnt orange, and I'm just going to be taking a Luxie brush. This is the Luxie 205, and I'm going to take the burnt orange color and start in my crease. I like this color because there obviously is warmth because it is a burnt orange like it's described as. And I just feel like having a little bit of warmth in there is just always almost forgiving. You can kind of play off of that color. Now I do want to add some of those more pink tones that come in this palette. So I am going to go in with the color Love Letter. And I'm going to take this brush by Moda Pro. I'm pretty sure I got this in like a BoxyCharm. It's another fluffy crease brush, but this one I do feel like it's a little bit more firm. So I'm getting the color Love Letter, and I'm going to do the same motions right under the crease, going down to the lid slightly. Now, since it is a fluffy brush, it's going to cover a good amount of the lid, but I'm not packing it on. So basically just going into the crease, and whatever goes down, goes down. I want it to almost like have a blown out type of look. Since this brush is a little bit more densely packed, like just ever so slightly, it does, I feel like, concentrate the color a little bit more, but since it's still fluffy, it does tend to blow it out and blend it out a little bit. So now we have that pink in there. For the lid, I did actually want a little bit of a bigger brush than this, but this is what we're using. It's the Luxie 245. It's a small shader brush. It is obviously flat and densely packed. You know what? I'm going to go in with Bon Fresco over here and go over onto the lid and pack that on. And then I'm going to go in with a lighter shimmery shade on top. So this is Bon Fresco, and we're going to pack that on. Now, since I did let some of the Love Letter color fall, it's nice. It does, I feel like, help give it that blown out look too, because we're packing that on top of a deeper shade and a very pigmented shade. So I just feel like that almost helps blend it out on its own versus starting with this and then doing something on top and then doing something on top. I feel like this kind of helps reduce any harsh lines. I feel like unless you're going for like a cut crease or you want to see a harsh line, unless you're going for that look, a little blown out and blended tends to be nice and look a little bit softer. I like that color Bon Fresco too because it is a little bit cooler, so it gives it more of like that dusty rose type of look instead of just straight up pink. Now with that same brush, I am going to go in with the color Vermeer. It is the shimmery shade, one of the shimmery shades, but it's a little bit lighter and more pinky versus gold. And just going to tap the excess off and focus that on the lid, but really the inner corner of the eyes. So the inner corner to the middle. That's kind of where I focused the Bon Fresco color too, but I did pull it out a little bit more. Now I'm just debating if I want to wet that. What do we think, guys? Not like you can really help me now, but... Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the MAC 217 brush. It is a little bit dirty, but there's no pigment coming off. We're good. And I'm going to go in with the red ochre color. On the very tip of the brush, tap the excess off, and I'm going to go in now in the outer corner of my eye. Just a little bit. Very softly. And I'm going a little bit into the crease and kind of like dusting it towards the middle. So that's just adding a little bit of depth. A little bit of depth, but without going necessarily dark, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you can tell the difference between the two. Just a little bit more in depth. So that red ochre color, I like this color because it's red, but there's like a little bit of that brown in there. I'm going to go back with that brush that we used for the love letter color, that fluffy brush, but a little bit more densely packed. Going back in with that love letter color, right over top of the red ochre color. I just want to add, and I'm tapping it like very, very slightly, very softly. Just want to add a little bit more of that pink, just kind of dusting it over. Anything that goes on top will work in our favor. This might seem excessive, but I want to add a little bit more of the Vermeer color, the inner corner, and come out a little bit to blend it out. Next, I'm going to be taking this random fluffy brush that I have by Mally, and I'm going in with the Tempera color, which is like the lightest beige color in here, right there. Obviously, this palette has been used quite a bit. So just get it all over that fluffy brush, tap off the excess, and now I'm going to go on my brow bone and kind of blend everything out. But then also coming down a bit just to blend and make sure that there are no harsh lines anywhere. Next, I am going to go a little bit on the lower lash line, but I'm going to go over all of that again at the end because we're still going to do concealer and all that. So just to start out, I have this Luxie brush. It's the mini, I guess it's a travel one. It's a 221T, which I guess is their travel version. And I'm going back in with that love letter, that like magenta color. But I just want to do a little bit underneath. So I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs liner, and this is in black. I'm just going to do my waterline real quick. So I just went in a little bit in the waterline with that eyeliner. I didn't go crazy, just to add a little bit of depth in there. We are going to be finishing up after, but let's move on to the face. I'm going to be starting off, obviously, by priming my face. I'm using the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I do really like this primer a lot, and I'm just going to put that all over just to have a nice smooth canvas. And I like to put it obviously where the pores are more noticeable and just press that into the skin. And for foundation today, I'm going to go in with probably my favorite foundation, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I really want to try the dewy version. They just came out with that, I saw. But I have it in soft beige, and I will tell you, every single time I wear this foundation, every time, like literally every time, I get compliments on my skin. People ask what I've been doing to my skin, that my skin looks great, and so many compliments. And I have to share the secret and say it's like a $6 foundation, or however much it is. I'm going to go in with this brush. It's by Crown Brushes. I don't know the name of it, but it's this one that looks like a spoon. And we're just going to buff that out. I actually love using this foundation anytime I have special events because I feel like it wears so beautifully, it photographs beautifully, and it feels nice on my skin and it doesn't prick me out. So quick little review. I love that foundation. I'm going to do a quick second layer, really focusing over where I have a little bit of the imperfections and just kind of go over that real quickly. I don't know if my camera stopped filming. I really hope not, but I basically did my face. For brows, I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Micro Brow Pencil and just do my brows, and I'm going to set my brows with the Brow Bar brow gel. Okay, so I did my brows, and again, I don't know if the camera gave out before, but a recap for my face, I used the Wet n Wild foundation, Jeffree Star concealer, Wet n Wild contour powder, Marc Jacobs bronzer, Kathleen Light's ColourPop blush in I Need Space, and Kathleen Light's ColourPop on the Cusp highlight. And we're here. Okay, let's go in and finish the eyes. So I'm gonna go back in with the color Love Letter, and I'm using this brush by Luxie again. It's a 145, the mini round brush, and I'm gonna go in with Love Letter, like I said, and we're just gonna blend out and buff out the waterline. I mean, the lower lash line. And I don't really want to cover that little highlight that we added. Ooh, you know what? I want to see more depth in here. Okay, I'm going to take my MAC 217 and I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber, which is the dark brown in the palette. I just want to see a little bit more depth on the outside. I might regret this, but let's do it. I'm going to put actually a little bit on the lower lash line too, with that little bit of brown right there. Now with that brush, the BMX crease brush, the 430 crease brush that I have, I'm not adding any more product, but it has that color Love Letter on, and I'm just gonna like blend out the brown that we just added. It might seem a little excessive and unnecessary, but I feel like this just helps blend everything together. I don't know if you can tell, like I just buffed that out. I didn't do this side yet, but I feel like this is a little bit softer. So let's go in and little circles, just buff everything out. Going in with my Hank and Henry Blickety Black liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to do my eyeliner, but I don't know what I want to do. I made it a little thicker than I wanted to, but we're gonna work with it. It's okay. I went thicker with my eyeliner than I wanted to, and I feel like they're not even sisters. They're definitely not twins. I feel like they're kind of distant cousins that are forced to interact with each other at family reunions because they're kind of the same age. But it's okay. We're gonna it's fine. It's fine. Let's throw on some lashes. Let's see what I have. I'm going to go in with my, we are not doing individuals. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not today. Should we go in with the Demi Wispies? Yeah, let me just throw a little mascara on my actual lashes. Okay, we're going with the YSL Baby Doll mascara because that's the first one I saw. And I'm going to put that on my lashes. And then I'm going to apply the, do I want to do the Demi Wispies? I don't know. Maybe. This mascara is like almost completely dried out. And I just got it all over my hands. Okay, I'm going to be going in with the Ardell Demi Wispies. I have been such a spaz with falsies lately. Probably because I haven't worn them in forever. So let me take a moment and try this. Okay, I did it. I put the lashes on. It's been a minute. This is as good as it's gonna get. I don't know. They might look really wonky, but they're on. Okay. Last, we are going to go in with lips, and I think I'm going to keep it on like a little pinky neutral type of look. This one's empty. Love that. I love when the lip liner that I'm going to use is empty. The thing fell out. Cool, cool. I'm just going to line my lips with the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in 09 Spice. That's a little darker than what I wanted and what I was planning on doing, but we're going to make it work. I don't know where my lip liners are. And for lipstick, I'm going to go in with, also by Milani, their 26 Nude Creme lipstick. Okay, I'm just going to blend the lipstick with the lip liner. And this is just a Real Techniques detailer brush. For gloss, I'm going to go in with the Iconic London gloss in Love Struck. It's their lip plumping gloss. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. Most of my makeup I get in like BoxyCharm. And we're just gonna go right on top. I'm not crazy about this one. I feel like it's a little too flexible. But I love this color and formula. Shall we set my face to make sure it doesn't move while I go play with my children? Yes. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Okay, so I set my face. Everything's on, and this is the final look. I hope that you guys like it. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for any notifications to let you know when I upload a video. As always, be sure to stay happy, and I will see you guys in my next video.